Boy, Mother Nature always has something treacherous planned for somebody, right?
Yeah.
And now we're talking about interrupting college football, Cedric.
You know, that just can't stand. Now, somebody has to put their foot down somewhere, and that's where we draw the line, right? Especially, and what's up with Texas and Georgia, Tennessee, all these folks seeing 8-inch snowstorms and things like that. But I think we may see a little snow here in the Beehive State as well, but not in the near term. Let's talk about what's going on outside right now. Beautiful sunset. Let me show you what's going on from Ensign Peak. You can see that sun setting there with some of these clouds helping to add a little texture to the sky. But overall, a pretty nice evening out there. 36 degrees currently here in Salt Lake City. We've got a wind out of the north at around 11 miles per hour. Humidity levels not too bad, but we do have a wind chill in the upper 20s. It's going to get a lot lower than that as we go throughout the night. 31 degrees now currently in Ogden and Logan. We've got 31 in Price, 34 in Milford, 32 in Delta, 36 in Hainesville. We've got 33 in Cedar City, and currently it's at 50 degrees in St. George. But even for you in St. George, our temperatures are going to drop tonight. We're heading down to about 28 degrees in St. George, 14 in Beaver, 16 in Delta, 17 in Price. How about 19 in Salt Lake City? And yeah, I'll tell you, our friends in Logan, Cache Valley, we're going to be clinging on to those double digits right around 11 degrees for tonight. All right, let's talk about the weather setup here because, of course, we've got a lot of changes from gusty winds to precipitation chances, but we've got a weak front that's going to be coming through tonight. That's going to shift the winds out of the north and east so that by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, notice for our friends across the southern half of the state, winds gusting between 30 and 40 miles per hour, and that's going to be the story as we go throughout most of the day on your Thursday. So be aware of some gusty winds across the southern half of the Beehive State with breezy conditions possibly across the north with winds up to 10 to 15 miles per hour. But in Washington County, Ivins, St. George, over towards the hurricane area, we can see wind gusts at times briefly getting up to 50 miles per hour again as we go throughout the day. At least it'll be with some sunshine, but it's going to be chilly. Low 30s expected across Cache Valley, temperatures in the 30s across the Wasatch Front. Over towards the Uintas, we may sneak into the low 40s in Castle Country. 30s down the southwestern corridor through I-15, and 53 expected in St. George. Again, at least the sunshine will be out across the area. So we got the gusty northwesterly winds here with this high pressure and low pressure to the south and east, giving those Santa Ana winds over Southern California. That's going to begin to break down as the wind starts to change directions, and as it does so, it'll bring us some slightly warmer air. Now, I say slightly warmer. That means temperatures a few degrees warmer on Friday than they will be on Thursday. But then here comes our next storm system dropping in. That's going to bring us more colder weather and also the potential of some unsettled weather here moving in as we get into the weekend. That means snow chances returning to the area. And then we'll get rid of the snow chances and we'll just have another reinforcing shot of colder air behind that. Speaking of snow, this is just hard to believe almost here in Salt Lake City. We've only picked up 3.8 inches of snow for the season so far. Normally, we would have picked up about 23 inches of snow so far. So we are running a deficit right now in Salt Lake City of over 19 inches for the season. We need some snow to add to that. I think we've got some in the forecast, not with this system. That'll come to tomorrow morning and bring snow to Denver, but we'll stay dry. But as we go into Friday, here comes another cold front dropping in, and that one looks to bring us our next chance of snow, potentially accumulating snow down to the valley areas as we get towards your Saturday and for your Sunday. So speaking of amounts of accumulations here, looks like potentially 1 to 2 inches along the Wasatch Front with maybe anywhere from 3 to 8 inches for the higher elevations. St. George looking at sunshine, 50s, 40s, back to the 50s, and then the 40s again with lows well into the low to mid 20s next week as we get that colder air moving back into the area. As we look at the Wasatch Front, we will also be looking at some changes with those 30s and then snow chances and then 30s and teens returning. So winter looks to be settling in finally.
Oh, it is indeed.
Yes.